Hello, I'm Rick Steiner. Welcome to Luxe Life Discovered. My guest today is Kristen Sullivan with the Alice in Destin, Florida. So, Kristen, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm honored that you're here. I stopped by the Alice one day, just one of those great planners that make those unscheduled visits, and you were nice enough to show me around. And just that was before you even had an event there, and you were still, I think, moving furniture in that day. And your venue is like the top of the line here for the whole Gulf Coast. So, kind of tell us a little about it, how you became involved with them, and then we'll get into the whole venue part.
Okay. Yes. So it's literally a blessing to be here. The Alice is brand new. We have had our first event now for 700 people. No pressure for your very first event.
Really, if you're going to start something, just jump off the deep end.
Just jump
Yeah.
in. We worked the kinks out, and it is definitely one of the most unique venues that I've ever experienced. It's private, it's beautiful, the landscape is so lush that you
It is.
literally don't have to do much to even bring in florals. And it's on.
Every florist just cringed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We still love flowers. Flowers are my favorite thing.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know. But it also has the most beautiful backdrop.
It
So the
does.
view, you're close to Crab Island, but it's kind of tucked to the left, so you don't see it. You just have full sky. This morning we had a double rainbow over the marina.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. So I'm lucky to have joined this team. I cannot take credit for the construction. There has been an amazing team of people for 3 years working on this.
Wow,
I'm new to the area and new to the Alice, and I'm so blessed to be here. I love it.
well, and like you said, the venue is so unique. It's all inclusive. So you have like outdoor spaces, like 2 or 3 different options for that. You have the indoor available as well. I mean, I think what impressed me the most was the landscaping, but then also you're right there on the bay, and you have access to like the dock and everything. So there's not another venue like it, period.
No, so we have outdoor space that will seat tented 350 guests. Inside seated 75. Cocktail style inside is like 110. Outdoors is like 500. We have 8 guest cottages across the street that sleep 46.
Nice.
We have the marina, which has 28 boat slips. Anyone needs a boat slip, they're available now. We have next door, our sister company offers pontoon boat rentals, jet skis, kayaks, paddleboards, bicycles, golf carts, everything fun that you want to do if you're on vacation.
Right.
And it's just a beautiful venue. It's literally, you move in on Thursday if you have a wedding party, and you stay through Sunday, and quite simply you might not have to leave. You could have some things delivered
Right.
and have all of your events right on the same property.
Well, and a lot of activities for, especially if you're using the cottages, people coming in from out of town, out of state, everything's right there. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Every cottage has a full kitchen, so you can come in with your kids and set up for the whole weekend. What most people are doing is they're having their welcome party across the street at the cottages because there's a pool and an outdoor setting that's perfect for it. And then they'll come over and do their rehearsal dinner on property, maybe inside,
Mhm.
wedding ceremony, reception outside, and then either back inside or something fun on the water for like a farewell brunch or breakfast. So
Nice.
a lot of space where you don't have to be in the same space for 2 events.
Right. And you, for your events, a tented area is required. Is that correct?
Anything over 75, we do require a tent for backup,
Right.
just in case.
Hell, well, that's just smart. I mean, it eliminates that last day or 2 days before struggle of finding someone that's going to be able to do it if they're available when you need it. And so, yeah, just eliminate that from the beginning.
Absolutely. And we also require a full service wedding planner.
Yeah. Okay.
So, formerly a wedding planner myself, destination wedding planner for 25 years. I'm done planning weddings. COVID about broke me. And so everyone is required to work with a planner, and it's just, as you know, it makes your life so much easier
It
as a
does.
bride in
Yes.
a groom too.
Well, it does. I always joke with my wife, when I grow up, I want to be a greeter at Walmart. Nobody's going to call me and say, "You didn't get my basket today. You didn't smile when I came in." And my wife immediately was like, "Well, there's only one problem with that." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You're never going to grow up." So, and that's probably true. So I'm back to the planning. Yeah. So,
Well, I think once it's in your blood, it's kind of hard. It's a
well,
strange
how do you,
transition.
yeah, how are you making that transition?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. I think I had my share.
Yes.
I do enjoy working with the planners and listening. I feel like I can still kind of ride on the coattails by listening and hearing and see what's happening behind the scenes. But
And
I'm
then there's
happy.
sometimes you think, "Oh, I'm so glad it's them and not
Yes,
me." Yeah.
and that is a lot. That is a lot. But I love being in this role. It was kind of when I met my boss said, I'm looking for the final step in my career, and this I feel is exactly what I want it to be, at a very unique and special venue in a different um, capacity, but still, toes in the wedding.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the first event a couple weeks ago. 750 people or so. So,
Yes, we had, I think, just shy of 700
okay.
guests on property for the first event at the Alice. It was
That's,
amazing. We had food trucks. We had a 12-piece band, the 337 band out of Louisiana.
okay.
They are a family favorite to the LDB family, which was the client for the party. And it was just amazing. We had a yacht out in the marina, which was one food station, and then the food trucks were 6 stations inside, the
Wow.
band, 3 tents, a couple of bars,
Yes.
and just some cornhole games. It was just a really great family event,
Right.
and we figured out some of the kinks, which were good to
Well,
get
that's a,
to get
yeah,
out.
sure.
But there were not many, I have to say.
So even with the tenant area, that was the one closest to the venue, to the, like the waterfront, that area.
Yes.
But you still have that long area out in front, that open space.
We
So,
actually we had 3 tents up for that event, so we
okay, I
tented
wondered
all
about,
three
yeah.
areas. We did the front area as you walk in. We call that the palm tree lawn.
Right, right.
And then we had the main lawn, which we call the sunset lawn, and then we had the front, which is the tree lawn, because we have those big, beautiful, massive oak trees
Yes.
that the herons love.
Oh,
And we had 3 different setups just so people could move throughout the property, and it also gave us a good opportunity to see all the flow,
right.
what those look like.
Oh my goodness.
It's fun.
What was the biggest challenge with that?
Well, as it always is Mother Nature.
Oh,
The
sure,
day
sure.
before we had, I planned a photo shoot for the day before because I wanted to, get some, uh, take advantage of the tents and the tables and the chairs while they were there, and it poured.
Oh,
So we did get photos in, but Mother Nature's always the one that we can't control,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
So that was just a lot of prayers for a nice day that day, and fortunately it was. But that was probably just the one thing I was worried about.
Yeah. And that's like you said, there's nothing you can do about it, but you still worry because you want everything to be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
And we were supposed to have our parking lot done. We have a parking lot across the street that went in with 197 spots, and because of the rain, it could not be paved that
oh
week.
gosh.
So we had a bit of a clay runoff nightmare happening, which was the only other stress point. But we made it through it.
That's good. So you're able to use it. It just wasn't as
We used a portion of
the
it.
portion of it. Yeah.
Yes, and then we were lucky enough to have some shuttles that moved people along.
That's good. Yeah. And so has the parking lot been finished now?
The parking lot is
Thank
done.
you.
The parking
So-
lot's paved, and now it's being landscaped.
And that's a good little relief. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you have coming up? I mean, there's just so much. I wish everybody could go see it because you have to see it to really appreciate it. And so, what do you have a big event coming up soon?
We have a very special event coming up soon, which you are an invited guest to. We are hosting 55 destination wedding planners from across the United States and Canada, chosen because obviously they are our clients. Like we are a destination wedding venue, and I would love for everyone to come and visit it at some point. But I do feel like the
And make sure
destination.
you make an appointment
Yes, please
first.
make an
Yeah.
appointment.
Don't be like me. Yeah. No.
It's a very special event. We have Mr. Colin Cowie, which I know you're familiar with.
Yes.
Funny story. This is many, many years back during my first wedding event in Boston. I was fortunate enough to meet him during a wedding meeting. 'Cause I was an assistant at the time, and he was planning a wedding for a family. And he said to me that day, "If you ever really go down the wedding path, you call me." And I'm thinking, people say that just to
Right.
be
And
nice
never,
and kind.
yeah.
Well, he probably was shocked because I ended up calling him
That's
25
good.
years later. But he will be there speaking to the planners. We just have some really special things planned for all of you, just to let everyone experience the Alice in the way that they can then share it with their clients. Just utilizing every part of the space and seeing how special it is and how private it is. And it's going to be really fun. I don't want to give away too much because
I
I don't
know,
want
I
to ruin
know.
your surprise in advance, but you'll have lots to talk about afterwards.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be great. And to have him come into this area is huge as well.
Yes.
And so he'll be there for book signing also, as well as speaking.
Yes.
Is that
So
correct?
he's going to be there to sign books, a little photo opportunity, speak to colleagues, all of the group, and it's going to be very, very cool.
And the response has been great from all the planners.
Response has been amazing. And I feel real bad for the ones that have events. You try to pick a date that
Well, there's no way you could,
you can't.
yeah.
You can't. And of course, it's in November, early November. We try to stay away from the holidays, and not all can make it. So they're like, "Oh goodness, we hope you have a second event." And I'm like, "I don't think we're going to be able to pull a second event off like that." But
Right.
come and visit
You never
anytime.
know. You never know. Yeah. So how has it been? Of course, you've had the main party. Have you had a grand opening yet? Or okay.
So we have a grand opening planned. We were a little up in the air on a date for the grand opening because, as you know, we
Because you have so much going on.
permitting and all of that stuff and get all the kinks out. So the first week in January is actually our grand opening. It's going to be very, very cool. We've got 2 concerts on our lawn planned, a Top Chef celebrity dinner, and then a Bridgerton themed brunch. And again, just to show all of the aspects of the Alice. So the lawns, the indoor space, the amazing catering kitchen, and the Bridgerton brunch is just a more fun themed event for outside. But these are all ticketed events that are going to be tied to local charities as well. So we will be partnering, and those will be announced in the next 2 weeks. All of the people we're partnering with, and this event is just to bring awareness to the Alice and obviously support our amazing community.
Right. Well, I tell you, and just from that, the grand opening, the themes there, and Colin Cowie coming in with that event, just sets a kind of the standard for what to expect from the Alice, because it is very unlike anything else, and I mean that in a very positive way. So, what the people that have been there so far what has been their take?
It's funny when people come in and say, the pictures just don't do it justice. And we know that, and we have amazing photographer partners that have been capturing it. And,
Right.
But it doesn't look as large
Mm-hmm.
in the pictures, obviously, that it is. And so some of the drone coverage that we have now has been really helpful for people. But it's a long property. It's a unique property. Right. And there are so many spaces that people can utilize. And I just had clients in this morning, and I said, this is a blank canvas. Use it however you want to use it. Just because, we think this is where most people want to get married. If that's not their vision, then choose another spot. And so I think it's a little overwhelming when you first come in and be like, oh, I could use this, I could use this, I could use this. And then they have to formulate their plan. Yeah.
And it is, like you said, there's so many different options, and they're all beautiful options. And I think that may be where you made it difficult for people. It's like, which one do I choose? Yeah. Do I want the lush trees in the background, or do I want the palm trees, that lining? So, yeah.
And then we have the exquisite bridal suite upstairs for the getting ready. And the girls are just over the moon with that. It's like their own little haven. And we've got, the hair and makeup chairs. We have the cubbies that were custom built for the girls' dresses. The photographers appreciate that because they come in and they're like, get everything out of the way for the pictures, and
and it's already right here.
So we're like, we gave them some space for it. But that's the best room and the best view in the house.
Well, I've been saying the view from the back is just amazing, looking over the bay and Crab Island and the property. It's just, yeah, very
It's
unique.
very, very special.
Yeah. So what do you see? Like you've already had the large event, and you've got the November event, and then the grand opening. What would you like to see there the most that you haven't thought about yet, or that hasn't been planned yet? Well, does anything come to mind? Like certain type event, certain look?
I think our vision is to hold as many wedding celebrations as possible, and just sharing and spreading the love of family coming together. I think it's very important when people are traveling and you know, you don't get to see loved one as much as you want to anymore.
Right.
So coming in on Thursday and being able to spend time with your friends and family for multiple days, I think is just something that we don't get enough of
True.
in the busy lives. So we foresee a lot of families coming in to celebrate, perhaps even coming back for anniversary trips or family reunions at some point. But I think it's primarily a wedding venue. It can be sprinkled with some holiday parties and some retreats, but I think it's primarily going to be every weekend. We're going to hope to have a wedding.
All right. And you said you have it from Thursday until Sunday, correct?
Yes. So the cottages are part of the package. It's like a buyout. You come in on Thursday, you stay through Sunday. If someone can't do that, we will do like a one-off wedding on a Sunday evening or a Monday or Tuesday, which I always tell people, if your people are coming in and traveling, they don't know what day it is. They're just happy to be with you. So don't get too hung up if you, need to do a Sunday or a Monday or a Tuesday wedding. But it's primarily going to be a weekend experience.
That's nice. And you're right. There's not enough family time. And a lot of times when you do come in from out of town, it's very quick, very limited. And, you're here and all of a sudden it's time to leave. It's like you rush to get here and then you're on your way out. So that would be and everything's pretty much right there once you're here.
It's right there. If we haven't thought of it, we'll add
it. That's a good point. Yeah. So now your background, you've been here just a few months. So
I'm a newbie. I'm new to the Alice and I'm new to the area, and it's beautiful. I'm a water girl, so I don't venture far from water. But formerly in Naples, formerly in the Keys, in San Diego, always traveling for destination weddings or events. So I like to stay close to the water and the beach. And
so you've built some great connections and networking over the years. So that's all, coming full circle now, right?
I've called on some favors for this one.
That's good. Yeah.
Always keep your connections and keep your ties. It's so important, especially in the event industry.
Right, because you never know when or where. Yeah.
So true. Very true.
Yeah. What is one thing that you've learned about the event industry that is kind of like core to you and one of your mainstays as far as your beliefs and how you approach everything?
I literally would always treat every single wedding like it was my own. So I went into this industry. I started my career in corporate events, and when my own destination wedding went horribly wrong,
that's
on a private island in Florida at the hands of an absent planner, which I didn't know she was having a baby, and she went out on maternity leave, and not that that's anything. But I just wish I would have known, because I got there.
Yeah, it would have been helpful.
Wrong. So I kind of switched gears at that point and wanted to make sure that didn't happen to other people. So I've always treated all of my events like they were mine. And I think the most important thing for me and special is if someone had another child in the family that came back to me for another wedding, or a corporate, or someone was married and then came to me to plan a corporate event for them, because then you just know you did a really good job.
Right. That's the biggest form of flattery.
Exactly.
Definitely. Yeah.
And so many of these people are still friends. We still are either on social media now, or if they're coming back to an area, we'll reach out. And I just think, that's really a good experience to have.
That's true. Yeah. That is neat. Well, and you're so easy to talk with and deal with, so that makes it that makes it much more enjoyable and memorable too. Because, there have been a couple of weddings I've done where, It's like, whew, that one's done.
Well,
No,
that's I have
years ago, years ago.
yes,
Yeah,
I've
no.
had that same experience as a planner where I think, oh, I'm not gonna run back here.
Well, and anybody that says that that's not true, yeah, we'll talk later about that
Yes,
too. But yeah,
we certainly hope that's never the case, and I do always hope that someone will come to us if there's been any type of experience or situation that, you know, it was not what we didn't meet their
but
expectations.
that's also how we learn, and that's why we're like we are, because we don't want to repeat that situation. And sometimes it's completely out of our part, our control. But still, you don't want that to happen because you want it to be a great experience for everyone involved.
Exactly.
And
We can't
so
do redos on weddings,
no,
right?
no,
Like,
no.
you gotta get it right.
Well,
Really?
what's good?
Okay, well, maybe.
Well, no, we'll talk about that one after
Yeah.
the podcast too. But no, you and I, we're going to get along very well. I can tell because we have a lot of war stories that I think we're going to be able to share. But no, but the Alice, so that seriously, you came along with a great group, and what they envisioned before you even came on board, and then bringing you on board just shows you the scale that they're wanting to bring to this venue, and it's going to be a huge success, and definitely the most unique property in the whole Gulf Coast area. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very lucky and very excited that they have, opened their arms to me and listened to what I know clients have asked for so many years and said, trust me, you'll want to do this. And then when clients come in and say, I can't believe you have this, or it's set up this
Yeah.
way. We've been doing this a while.
Well, and your expertise from the destination weddings over the years, that's been huge because you see a lot of things and recognize a lot of needs that most people wouldn't until they're in that situation. So that eliminates the learn as you go process. You still learn as you go, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of the curves you already straightened out. So
Yes.
that's good. So what's the next event, like private events you're doing there? Is it
So we have an Indian engagement party coming up, which is going to be beautiful there. We were talking earlier about
right?
color, and I'm so excited to see so much color brought into the property.
Oh, there will be, and their culture and everything they bring with it.
Yes.
Just so it's
Yeah.
a one day. Well,
This one's going to be a one-day event. I
okay.
think that the family is not from here completely, so I think they're spreading out their events throughout the family.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have 2 weddings in November, which will be our first 2 official weddings.
Okay.
And we've got some holiday parties coming up. And then after the grand opening, it's full into weddings. I mean, we've got a February wedding, a March wedding. All of April is booked. All of May is booked. Several
wow.
weddings in June, several weddings in October. And we're starting now to get 2027 inquiries. So
Isn't that amazing?
we've
Yeah.
come out of the gate we're running.
Well, it's understandable why, because like you said, just the whole once you can get on the property, it's just like you're not even in Destin anymore. And I mean that in a good way. Not cutting Destin. It's just the vibe is just so magical.
A lot of people say that. They say they feel like they're on like an island,
Yeah.
or in the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah.
As soon as they walk in, it's like just feels different. But that also, I think, was very the intention. That was my
Sure.
The creator's intention was to orb them somewhere else when they walk through the
Right.
gate. So
Right. Well, good. So I look forward to a lot of events at the Alice, and looking forward to November, of course, because that's really going to be fun. And to see who all comes in, and I mean, that's going to be interesting in itself.
yeah, I think it's going to be a really great collaboration with so many like-minded creatives.
Right.
The ideas are going to be flowing, and I'm excited for that. I want to see what people will do to transform the space, even though I don't think you need to do much. People are going to want to come
Yeah.
in and put all of their magic into things, and that's going to be
Sure.
so
Just
exciting.
add that little touch and their expertise. Yeah,
Yes.
be nice. In fact, my guest earlier on the podcast is a floral designer out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, and she does a lot of unique designs that are nature related. And I mean, her work is just exquisite. And there's a venue there that is a chapel that's a glass chapel, and the architecture is amazing. And we were talking about that, and she said, it's kind of a challenge sometimes because you don't want to take away from what's there, but you don't want it to be too plain at the same time. So, but there's not a lot you need to do. And to be able to, for people to recognize that and not try to like make a point because it's them, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how the space is all used. And again, each client is going to be different. Each planner is going to be
Sure.
different. And there'll be a lot of fun pictures going around.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Well, you've got some going right now for a recent shoot that was
Yes,
very
did you see
nice.
the red car?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that was stunning.
Yeah, the
Stunning.
couple, great.
Yes.
Everything about it was
Yes. I
nice.
just
So
received that gallery this morning, and we're in love with it. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Absolutely
Very,
beautiful.
very great way to start. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, good deal. We're going to put your information on the screen. So if people want to reach out to you, there's your website, Instagram, and then to be sure to email you for to take a tour of the property and to find out about availability.
Yes, please give us a call. I'm open to tours 7 days a week, and we welcome you with appointments. And we are doing style photo shoots too. So if someone has an idea, let us
All
know.
right, good deal. All right, well, thank you so much for being with us. It's a quick 30 minutes.
I know,
Goodness.
I can't believe that.
I
Thanks,
know,
Rick. I
and we
appreciate you having
survived.
me.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, and thank you for joining us. That concludes our episode of Luxe Life Discovered. We will see you soon.